Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Taco Bout Solar video series. My name is James W. Mitchell, and I'm the founder and chief visionary of Renewablu, a home solar and efficiency consulting company on a mission to bring holistic and objective information to home solar. Now, the purpose of this video is to give you a clear path to solar. If you're going to be DIYing this process, we want you to have all of the information so you can make a really great decision. These videos are in partnership with the City of Fort Collins through the Innovate Fort Collins Challenge, of which we were a winner for 2018. Why tacos? Well, because in our live classes, we feed people tacos as we go through this class and this information, because tacos pair well with everything, particularly information about clean solar energy. At the end of these, we will be giving you the recipe for our tacos. So in our second video, make sure you go back to the first video before you get into the second video so you can have that information. Okay. Also, if you haven't, go to www.tacoboutsolar.com to download our resources to help you follow along. Sound good? All right. Do you have your pen ready? Great. Let's dive into phase 2, which is preparing. So now that we've gone through phase 1, which is our planning phase, we've got our list of ingredients, it's time to prepare. The first thing we want to do through this process is get your home energy audit or home energy evaluation. Depending on your area, it could be called both of those things. That's going to be done through your utility program most likely. In this home energy audit, you're going to learn all of the opportunities to get your house from a cardboard box of efficiency into more of a Yeti cooler or that Fort Collins OtterBox, right? We want to help you learn those opportunities so you can make your home more comfortable. It's also going to save you energy just through the efficiency portion, which will save you money because you will need less solar. You follow? On average, for every dollar you spend on efficiency items in your home, you can expect to save around $4 on unnecessary solar so you don't oversize your system. Also, these energy audits that you get are key if you are going after any rebates or utility-specific or energy-specific financing programs. A lot of times, if you're going to get rebates, incentives, you do need to go through that local utility program in their energy audit process to make sure that you don't miss out on getting those funds. Those home energy audits are also based on your financial strategy, which is the second thing that we want to do as you are preparing for solar. Your financial strategy, if you are going to be paying cash or borrowing money or even leasing solar, plays a huge role if one of your goals is to save money. Now note, if you are going to buy solar and you get solar on your roof, we're going to talk about increased home value. The only way you get an increased home value is if you own those panels, financed or pay cash. If you lease the panels, you get clean, awesome solar energy at a fixed rate, but you do not get an increased home value. So that's one of your financial decisions. How you pay is a big decision if you are trying to save money every month. Whatever your bill is right now, if you go borrow money to get solar, we want to make sure if your goal is to save money that with that new bill, you're able to do so. If your goal is to save money over the long term, you might say that, you know what, with this solar on my home, it's an investment. I do understand that my bill is going to go up slightly per month for that to pay back that loan, but in the long term, it meets my financial goals. That's up to you to decide. Also, as you're figuring out your financial strategy, talk to your CPA, right? These credits and these tax incentives and things of that nature don't apply to everybody. So if you're counting on that in order to make this work for you, be sure that you're eligible before you get too far into this process. Now, in terms of financing, there's a few different ways to pay for solar. There's 4 main ones. The first one is going to be through the solar company that you're getting the installation done with. That solar installation company is going to have an option for you to borrow those dollars. A lot of times with 0 down, or you can bring a down payment if you choose. Keep an eye on the closing fees on those because sometimes they can be a little bit high. The second thing that we see people using in terms of a financing product the most is a home equity line of credit. A lot of homes in Colorado have noticed an increase in value over the past 5 years. You can take some of those dollars to reinvest in clean solar energy and reducing your cost of ownership in that home. Borrowing money against your house to invest in your home can be a good idea, especially with solar, since that is going to save you money every month, as well as efficiency updates tied into that. Now, the third option that we see a lot for solar financing are local options. A lot of local credit unions or utilities, local governments will have a specific financing product for solar and efficiency. Those usually have low interest rates, can come through credit unions, so they're a really nice product if they exist for you. Those do exist in the city of Fort Collins. The last thing that we see people using for investing in solar is the energy efficient mortgage. If you own your home, you likely have a loan on it. Instead of getting a traditional home loan, you can get a traditional home loan with a bonus EEM, energy efficient mortgage, added on top. So they're financing the cost of your house, and then you can add the investment for solar on top of that, paid back in your monthly mortgage statement. So those are our four main types. Dive into each one of those, see what's going to be best for your financial strategy. All right, so now that we've got those two things, let's move on to the third. The third one is now we're going to get you involved with getting bids from contractors or proposals. I recommend you talk to at least two. That helps you really see the difference. Every solar installation company is different. They'll use different equipment. They're going to have different warranties. They've got different design, right? Those are going to become a pretty big decision. Now that you've gotten this far, we want to make sure that you get the right company to do the right job. One of the main things you want to look for in a contractor, if there is a local rebate available, is that they are an approved contractor to make sure that you can get those rebate dollars. If you use an unapproved contractor, you might miss out on those dollars, making your payback and your return on investment just a little bit longer unnecessarily. The second thing you want to look at when you're talking to a solar installation company is their design. Design matters. Different panels have different looks. If you're going to see these panels from the front of your house, it becomes very important because at some point you're going to try to sell that house. You're going to sell that house. And when that happens, people don't buy ugly houses and people don't buy beautiful houses with ugly panels. It can really hinder that process and souring the end of that solar experience for you, which should hopefully have been a really great one. So definitely ask them about design and ask them to see pictures of those panels installed on other homes. The fourth thing you want to ask a contractor is about their warranty, as well as their production guarantee. What is the warranty of the equipment? What is your guarantee that these panels are going to produce all of the energy that you promised me through this proposal phase? So every contractor is going to have a little bit different warranty, a little bit different guarantee. Make sure you understand those so you can compare them apples to apples. And then after that, we've gone through all the solar proposals. Make sure that because you have that energy audit in hand, that you get at least one, if not two, bids for the efficiency. A lot of times we'll see people come in with a budget of around $20,000 expecting to spend that all on solar. By the time we get through the planning phase and we're in the preparing phase and get that energy audit back, what we find is that they'll spend usually around $15,000 on solar and the other $5,000 or so on efficiency with the same budget. So we're able to really make sure that we set your house up to meet your goals through this process with efficiency, okay? All right, so we've got our contractor bids in place. Now we move on to finalizing our project. As we're finalizing our project, we want to circle back to all the things on our ingredient list. We want to circle back to all the different financing options that we considered, because you're actually staring at the number, the bottom line on that solar proposal that you're about to sign a contract for, right? So as you're circling back, one of the main things you want to do as well is talk to your HOA and get submitted if you have an HOA. If you don't have an HOA, don't worry about it. But if you do, HOAs are legally have to approve your solar installation. They do want you to be a good neighbor and still go through their process and their review, so do that up front so you can avoid any delays and any hiccups along the way. And in terms of delays and hiccups, it's a good thing, remember, to ask as you're finalizing what the scheduling is going to be. Contractors can be months out, especially as we're getting close to the expiration or the sunset of the federal tax credit for solar. So we're going to see a little bit of bottlenecking. So ask that contractor when they can get you on the schedule to make sure that it all ties in to meet your goals, right? Cool. Now that we've got all those things in place, you've circled back, you finalized your project, you've got efficiency in there, you're feeling really awesome about it, and you've really identified how you're going to pay for this and what it's going to mean for your monthly cost of ownership of that home, go ahead and then sign the contract, not before. Make sure all that's in place. Now we sign the contract. Sound good? Feel good? Awesome. So Thank you for tuning into the second video. Let's get you on to this third video so we can talk about how the last phase is going to go of your solar installation, and we can talk about how to enjoy it. Thank you so much.